Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 19th of January. So looking at the euro dollar, and once again it's moving within trend, pushing up there. Yesterday it managed to finally reverse a little bit and get back on track for the upside, and well, it's looking like we could see the highs reached again today. We've broken through all the bodies of the prior highs, so now it's the highs themselves which become targets. From the 4-hour perspective, well, just showing you this picture here. It's had its consolidation, its pattern here. We could be on for another reasonable move. I would really just looking, we have got daily pivots below on the euro and the pound, which obviously it could be a draw at some time. The only way I'll be looking for that really is there's an extension of a trend line that's running across the bottom here. It start breaking down through that. Well, that may change things, but for now, the trend here is obviously intermediately and on the higher time frames on the upside. Just need really a retrace to get into something. We are potentially posting a bit of a hourly divergence here. Where we're sitting, or we certainly are looking at an hourly divergence. Bit of a retrace, just check out how that goes. If we can get into a retrace, I may still be looking to be a buyer, but may need to be a little bit patient with that, but it certainly has some strength in the market at the moment. Okay, that's the euro. The pound. Pound was a bit more solid. It has been a little bit more solid. Didn't have quite such a retrace as the euro. Yesterday it pushed up almost back to the highs. It's running back towards those now. Looking quite solid here, but yeah, there we go. So pushing back up towards that sort of R1, those prior highs, R1 sort of side. And again here, I just really want to see a small retrace, a modest retrace, to be looking to get into that long side, to push towards that and maybe onwards. So one thing to bear in mind with the pound, though, the only real major news today, the retail sales is out at 9:30, so you just need to tread a bit carefully around that. But that's expected to come in at -0.8, which is a disappointing number, and suggesting consumers are not buying, in which case, that could actually, it might be a bigger mover to the downside if it was to come in significantly below that, but of course that's already priced in the data that's there. So we'll see how we run this morning. Okay, that's the pound. Dollar yen. Okay, so yesterday put in a bit of it's a hanging man, almost a candle there. It's just rolling over at the moment. Again, it already, unlike the pound and the euro, it's already caught its daily pivots. It's as I say, looking quite solid to the downside here, and probably looks maybe that one of the sort of, I say, cleaner in respect of what it's done already. Just again need retracements to be selling into. But it does look like it's got some reasonable potential. It may even have a little bit more potential in some respects. It's a little bit slow yesterday at times, but still kicked off later in the afternoon, and pushed on through areas I was expecting it to do. But as I say, it's still got some potential downside there, and it's just a case for me looking for a retrace. Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar's solid. As I said, it's a commodity currency. It's really taken advantage of the stronger commodity prices, and off it's still heading. So it's difficult to get in the prices. Price levels are very little in the way of retracements, but it may give some sort of retracement. Now again, if we see, we're nearly double topping. We're not quite double topping this morning, but if there was a complete reversal, again, this is another one that's got the daily pivot below, so it sort of makes it a potential target. But for me, it needs to be breaking those 60-21s for me to be looking towards that. for now. I mean, if it comes back and tests those 21s, it may be a good buy signal for the upside. And finally, the Canadian dollar. Choppy, still not really recovered from the chop on Wednesday there at the moment. Looks like it's trying to sell off again, but it's slow, it's consolidated. Maybe just digestion of the data, but perhaps if we see a break of the lows there. Let me just pop a trend line on there if I can. So if we see a break of that sort of level to the downside, that may well gives the opportunity down to the S1, maybe to the bodies, those candles there at 23.87. So I'll be sort of looking into that direction. It has got an untouched daily pivot at the moment, so any further buying may run into that. But if it starts running into that again, that would be looking for the potential sell-off from that point. Okay, that's pretty much it. As I said, only news today really. 9:30 retail sales, other data coming out for the Canadian dollar at 1:30, and then at 3 o'clock we got the US consumer sentiment numbers. Don't really move the markets very much at the moment. There is an FOMC speaker at 5:15 due to speak about banking regulation. Okay. So don't see too much movement from that. Okay, have a great day. Bye for now.